All right. Well, I'll call this meeting to order of the Polk County Board of Commissioners. Today is May 2nd. Agendas are out back. Welcome. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Any comments for items not on the agenda? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the minutes of April 25th?
Also move.
Second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next up, we have a presentation by Dante Vineyards. Welcome, Karen. Please come forward and introduce yourself.
Will this pick me up or do I need to turn the mic?
Nope.
Okay. I'm Karen Thal, and my husband and I are the owners and active managers of Dante Vineyard. And we are here to say thank you for the economic development grant that we received last September and tell you what we've done with it. And I'm happy to report that we've been overachievers. So let's see. I understand the TV isn't working. So if you want to move to the second slide, that is the picture that I showed you last September where we stood. We had to take the siding off of the building to put that roof structure there. We didn't have any concrete yet. We obviously didn't have a roof. We had a good idea that was getting started. But if you go to the next slide, you'll see what we've done in the meantime. We're really happy with how the building is looking. It's, I'm going to say 90% completed. We have the concrete slab floor for the patio, and it integrates around to the north side of our building where there's another patio, so it's all one surface. Eventually, those two bays on the north side going to have roll-up glass garage doors. So in the cold spring and fall, we'll be able to put those down and protect guests from the wind. We've put a metal roof on the structure. In fact, yesterday they got the gutters up for us. There is siding back on the east side of the building. That big sort of silver looking panel up there is Corten steel that just needs some exposure to the elements to turn rusty, and then it'll all be one color again. We actually sprayed vinegar water on it yesterday, which is supposed to speed that up. We have a beautiful new front door and a very pretty light fixture that's almost hidden by my post there in the picture, sorry. But it's a very attractive way to enter the building. We put up a sign, and I took this picture in the evening so that you could see how pretty it looks when it's all lit up. That turns on with a timer about half an hour before dark. And then we've built those metal planters that you can see along the left-hand side. We're going to be putting plants in those as soon as the soil is delivered in, let's see, May 16th, the soil is coming. We're off to Corvallis this afternoon to get some basalt boulders that we'll also use in our landscaping. So we're trying to keep it very simple, keep with the rural farm look, but also make it very functional and beautiful. So let's see, the next slide is sort of a list of some of the things I've covered already. The storefront windows in that kitchen alcove are ordered, and we're just on the list for the installers. I think they'll be here this month. The landscaping and outdoor lighting projects are underway, and I have another slide about that. We also, when we put that roof on, we extended it around to the north side a little bit so that there's partial protection from sun and rain on that side of the building. We've ordered some more vines to plant this fall. Two things that are not very common here, but we're finding that climate change is letting us grow new stuff. We've ordered Cheneblon, and we've ordered some more Marsan. Let's see, the other big thing we've got going is we're going to build a second barrel room on the opposite side of the building. We ferment a lot of wine in barrel, and it needs to be at a higher temperature than our existing barrel room. And so we're going to build basically a box with a big door in it. I have an ag permit for that already. And that'll also clear up more room on our production floor so that we can make more wine because we're pretty sure we're going to need it. So the next slide is the north patio improvement where you can kind of see that extra little roof line that runs under the main roof. We discovered the hard way that the way the building was configured by 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the summer, there was zero shade there. So that's going to fix that problem. We're planning to use that north patio just for glass and bottle sales, and we'll have food and wine pairings inside the building and on the covered patio. But in order to get the tables to turn without rudely shooing people off, we could offer them to just move around to the other side of the building and sit a little bit longer if they'd like to do that. And hopefully during the busiest months, we'll be able to turn our tables about 3 times. We're open from 11 to 5, so that's a 2-hour window. Let's see. The next slide shows you the parking strip where we're adding some very pretty low voltage lights that are gonna, well, the bark dust strip is actually gonna have plants in it. And then on the right-hand side of that strip, we're gonna have some beautiful low voltage lighting. Because at 5 o'clock for half the year, it's dark or dusky. And we do have some evening events, including some, once a month, we've been doing a wine pairing dinner and it's sold out, I think, every single time. So we need to have some outdoor lighting. The next slide should be the pizza oven that I was so proudly talking about the last time. It's very industrial looking. And that also shows the cabinetry that's installed. And tomorrow, the kitchen cabinet countertops are going to go in. And then the same material that we're using for the countertops is going to form the top of that table where you can see the base set up there. And then the storefront windows are going to go in the big rectangular space there. So the kitchen will also be protected from wind and rain. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to mention we've already gotten permission from the Oregon Liquor Control Commission to use this patio. You have to get a premises extension, and I have a thing. Let's see. So you very generously granted us the economic development funds last September, and we deposited your check on September 30th. We used it all up pretty fast. I just mentioned 4 different projects here that add up to a lot more than $30,000, which the grant helped pay for. So the concrete slabs, the board form walls and pizza oven platform, finished carpentry for those cabinets, and lots of structural steel and installation work. So that is how we use the grant. And then you also asked us in the grant application to tell you how we were going to make that worthwhile, how we were going to prove that we had used your money wisely. So back in September, I said our goal was to have 3,700 guests at the end of 2022. And we're overachievers. We have 4,030 guests in 2022, which made us very happy. We stayed busy all the way through December. And then we really didn't slow down very much in the first 4 months, even though the industry is looking fairly flat. We've already had 1,759 guests as of the end of April, and that's going to put us on track to exceed our guest count goal of 5,500 for this year. Our wine club has also grown tremendously. We had, I think, 445 members when I was here in September. We're up to 567. So that's 122 new members over the winter, which we're pretty proud of that. 74% of them live outside the county. And let's see, 19% of them live outside of Oregon. So within the state, Marion County is clearly where we're drawing the most right now. But Bend, Eugene, Portland, and other counties, Lynn and Yamhill in particular, are also where our wine club members are coming from. We've set our club up. People tell us that it's kind of crazy, but we think it's wildly successful and everybody will want to do it the way we do. We don't just ship out wine 2 or 3 times a year. We let our wine club members choose what they want and just pick up as much wine as they commit to over the course of the year. Most of them easily do that. Some of them buy way more than they've committed to. But what we will do if they haven't is we kindly get a hold of them in late November and say, get 3 more bottles here. And then we'll just ship off those. But doing it this way, our wine club members keep coming back and throughout the year, and they're bringing their friends, they're bringing their family. I think it's a fabulous way to organically grow the club. So we don't plan to change that. And then our staffing, we are definitely increasing our staff. For example, in the kitchen, we now employ the chef. I think when I was here in September, we had a contract chef, but we have an employed full-time chef. He has a full-time assistant now. Well, the guy's going to be starting full-time in a week. He was working at 2 different restaurants and gave notice at the other one because we told him we needed him more. We've hired a dishwasher and busser. It's a student from Western that is at least going to work through the summer. This will be our first summer open with all of our hospitality space available. So we're not really sure yet what to expect. But we believe that when guests come to Andante, they have high expectations and we want to exceed those. If you don't have enough staff available, people are disappointed. We have 4 full-time equivalents in sales, hospitality, tasting room side, and then part-time people that work as needed. And almost every Sunday, at least one of those people is on the floor with us. We'll hire 2 harvest interns for Crush. But I also, because people kind of come and go, even though I think our staff retention has been fantastic, people do come and go. So the easiest way for me to sort of measure how that's changed is I looked at what our payroll was when I was here last September and what it was last week when I did payroll. And it's increased 16% over 7 months. Last week's 2-week cycle, the payroll was over $18,000. So payroll's a huge part of our expense, but if you don't have good people working there, a pretty building doesn't do you much. So that's my report. And I want to thank you for helping us with that grant. I think we've done good things with it. It's going to help the Van Duzer Corridor AVA. It's going to help the county. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
Yeah, so you talked about a percentage of payroll, but I didn't hear the number of actual FTE that increased.
I think we've probably increased it by 2. If you look at full-time equivalent, we had 4 people in farming and production in September. We have 3 right now, but we're advertising to replace the guy that left. So that'll bring us back to 4 as soon as we find that person. And to be honest, the quality of the people that we're drawing now is a little bit more experienced, a little bit higher skill set. And so I'm paying them more as well. Again, our goal is to make beautiful wine, the best wine we can possibly make from our side. And you need good people to do that. The kitchen has definitely increased. We'll have 2 full-time employees in there as soon as David's notice is done. And then we have 3 people that fill in when somebody's missing. And we have the dishwasher busser who's going to start. So the kitchen staff has grown. And just on that note, I'm very cognizant of the fact that we are not a restaurant. We don't try to be one. We don't have a menu. We know that our food sales have to be less than 25% of our gross revenue. We don't have a lot of other things that we sell besides food and wine. But I check on that. We're good. But people clearly like the fact that they are driving out our dusty gravel road and there's a reason to stay a while and there's food for them. And food sells wine. So we're really glad that we have that kitchen. And then on the sales side, we have 3 people who are full-time. We have 1 person who's like 3/4 time. And then we have 3 or 4 people that are part-time fill in. So I think we've probably come up by at least 2 FTE already. And by the end of the summer, it could be 4. And we're also paying them, I think, a very competitive wage, and we pay all of their health benefits, including vision and dental, for anybody that works 35 hours a week. And we have a 401k plan that they're using. So I'm really happy with how things are going. Does that answer your question?
Thanks.
Great job. We stopped out there. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
You-
I remember I
know,
saw you that day.
Yeah,
It's changed even since then.
we'll be back. We really enjoyed it. Right. Thank you.
I'm Karen. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Oh, I wanted to mention, I'll just show you. This is the Oregon Wine Press magazine, which is published in McMinnville. And they had a really nice story in the March issue of the Van Duzer Quarter. But that's our tasting room in one of the pictures. And then we also, my husband's a chartered physician, and the Marion Polk Medical Society, which is medical professionals in our area. He's pretty plugged in with a lot of those people still. Although everybody we know is retiring now. But anyway, they did a really nice story on us. This was spring of 2023 issue. So we're hoping that more people in the medical community who might have discretionary income to spend online will hear about us and stop in. So I think things are going really well.
Thanks for being a big part of the regional draw to this area. I mean,
Thank you.
it's huge and it has ripple effects throughout the economy.
It does. Yeah. And we're trying to raise the bar real high. Thank you.
Any non-listed items? Good. Evidently, this month is cupcake month, so delicious cupcakes for everybody. With that, we'll adjourn at 9:20. From FCO.